Hey guys, so today I just want to make a quick video about something that has popped up recently, and I've it's not been that long since I found out about this, but apparently SDF on like some whatever like Asian streaming website was seen, writing comments about nerfing Druid in this next patch. Some people just say this might be a meme. Some others, say that it's basically confirmed through these comments. But essentially, he was just saying that he's gonna nerf Druid by adding cooldowns. And I just want to make a quick comment about this. Since I'm basically playing Druid in his most controversial game mode, solos. And I've said many times already in other videos how to kind of fix it, but I'm just gonna make my points real quick here and how to fix it. This is not gonna be a very long video, and I haven't put much thought into it. But now that it's popped up again, and we might actually see something change about Druid, important change. I thought I might just say my points here. So first of all, I think cooldown is not a fix to this. To making Druid better. Like, sure, it's gonna be less aids for other classes, but I don't think this is actually a good solution. So personally, I think that there's a lot of bad things. As I'm saying, I don't think cooldown is gonna be the solution here, and I think it just destroys outplay potential, because you can sometimes outplay enemies by just kind of faking to go away and then just turning around and giving them a hit. I think it's not like an unfair thing to do, because essentially, if let's say the fighter behind you just runs after you with sprint, you just fake that you go away and then quickly turn around and hit them with bear form. I mean, they can still block it, for example, with lantern shield or longsword. If they get a parry, you're still dead. So I don't think it's actually unfair. And I think it's actually cool to kind of get better at doing this stuff where you fake running away. It's a cool mechanic. But yeah, in general, these quick reactions are obviously gonna be gone pretty much. Because obviously doing these like turn-ons basically is kind of like very difficult when you afterwards have no escape. You know what I mean? Like, if you just jump with Panther into someone's face and then just go bear form, and then you can't really switch back. It's just kind of it's kind of aids for the Druid even more. And I'm gonna say this again. I think, in my opinion, and a lot of people agree with me here, Druid is the most unfun class to play in solos and probably to play against as well. So it's not like we're playing here in fucking Rainbow Land. Like, it's also aids for us. There's a lot of shit things about this class. But yeah. Other than that, obviously cooldowns completely wrecked the Panther chicken jump, which, I mean, it can definitely take a nerf, right? But I don't think it should be removed. Like, this was intentionally added, and I think it's cool. Like, it's just cool. Why remove something cool? Maybe, kind of slightly nerf it. I'm gonna get to that. But yeah, the last thing is just it incentivizes to reset and run even more when you have cooldowns. Because Druid already, the reset is not like an accidental thing that they added. They didn't. Oh my god. Oh, well, Druid is kind of good at resetting. Huh. Well, anyways, no, like, they made it an actual thing. Like, he's supposed to run. He's supposed to reset. That's why they give him the Panda chicken jump. That's why they gave him the ability to jump through doors. He needs those resets. Like, this is just how he works. He needs those resets to be able to fight. This is just kind of thing. So yeah, as I said, it incentivizes even further to just reset. Because obviously you're gonna be like a lot weaker with cooldowns, so you're gonna see people running away a lot more with this. So it's gonna be even more aids. Yeah. So personally, if they really want to add a cooldown, which I don't recommend, but if they want to do one, if it actually has to be a cooldown, then I would say that they give each animal 2 stacks, and they recharge every 5 seconds each stack. So you transform into Panther, it takes away 1 stack, which starts recharging, the 5-second cooldown, but you can go into human form and go back in Panther form immediately and use the second stack, but then you can't do it again. I think this would be great because this still leaves like room to outplay, and it doesn't make it too AIDS that the cooldown is too long. But you know, it's just also nice for the other side, you know, just I guess that you can spam it or something. I don't know. I really don't get the complaint with the entire spamming thing. I don't see how that's such a big problem with spamming forms. Like, I mean, I guess it can be AIDS if you play like Windless Closed when someone spams red form. I guess I don't know. Um, Also, the cast time thing. If I hope they don't make this a thing where you know they implement cast time with cooldowns or something, that they give him nerf to the instacast. I've already tried playing a bit with you know, I've tried to get good at playing with cooldowns, so without shapeshift mastery, where you actually have to you know channel your forms, and it pretty much probably is the closest thing you can play as right now, which will probably look like you have cooldowns, because you can barely pull off red jumps, and you can't pull off the panther chicken jump without the mastery thing, and you also can't really turn on people. And I'm gonna be honest, it's pretty horrible. Like, this class is just straight up ass without it. It's doable. Don't get me wrong, it's doable. But if they actually implement this, I mean, as I said, we're already able to see how it is without these, without the thing like a panther chicken jump, you know, or you know the turn-ons and stuff. Um, we can already see it. Just don't bring the shapeshift mastery, and I think it's horrible, honestly. They need to buff something else up, and if they want to make this a thing, they need to buff something else up and turn this class around into a class that doesn't have to rely on resetting to win fights. Because it has to do a lot of resetting on you know range classes, melee classes, doesn't matter. Obviously depends on your build, on you know which classes make you reset the most. But yeah, how I would actually fix it now. So first of all, completely throw away the cooldown thing. I don't think cooldowns, stuff like this is needed to fix them. I would say first of all, turn the triple jump from the chicken form into a double jump. So basically, I think it is often referred as a double jump, but it's actually a triple jump, because you can jump as a chicken and then jump twice in the air. And you know, Rogue's double jump, obviously you can only jump once in the air, so I guess it makes sense that chicken counts as a triple jump, you know? So turn that into a double jump, which will still give the chicken utility. You know, it will have a you know purpose, you know, you know, proper purpose for when you need it and when you don't need it. And it, you know, obviously like the length of your jump out of Panther will be a lot shorter with this, with having one less double jump or one less jump in the air. So I think this will be good. Then obviously fix bunny hopping, because essentially you can just, good druid players can extend and reset very easily. You know, extend their rush panther chicken jumps very easily, and they can reset very easily with the bunny hopping. So obviously fix this. This is less of a problem with druid though. This just needs to be fixed in general, but this would definitely also improve the complaints on druid. Then maybe a controversial one, I don't know, but remove red form. We don't need it. Red form has never served the purpose in PvP at all. I don't know why they added it. I think they only added it for the door jump. But yeah, we are able to see that this is just not a mechanic. Which is good, you know. So I think remove red, because there's no redesigning needed if you remove red. Because if you don't have red form, you can't go through doors. So yeah, as simple as that. You just can't go through doors, and you don't have the red form thing where people just avoid hits and stuff. And yeah, red form is then just gone. And the last thing that I would say could, you know, also be added, is obviously buff the forms. Like, I've basically said only nurse for druid, but when we talk about removing resetting for druid, which is kind of like a main point that this class kind of needs to actually be able to fight, and you need to play around it a lot, especially against geared tanky people where the fights feel like a boss fight. You need to reset a lot of times. So if they want to completely remove this, obviously we need buffs. Like, we need to see buffs. These buffs can come in many forms. I don't need to say anything here. Like, make the debuffs from the forms less, make the buffs more, whatever. We just need buffs. Maybe to the scanning as well. We just need buffs, obviously. If we so heavily nerf the resetting on Druid, which is one of the main things that he needs to, fight certain classes, then we obviously need to compensate for something for that, and obviously not in a way where we just add aids back. We need to do it in a more simpler way, a more, safer way. Don't go overboard, which is something that Iron Mace has done many times already. And yeah, but definitely, as I said, so in short, I've written it down here on a little notepad, or not written it down, but I've, have a little text thing here open. So yeah, definitely turn the triple jump from chicken into a double jump, I think is a good fix. Fix the bunny hopping, will improve definitely Druid as well. And remove the red form, and then obviously buff it up. So buff Druid up in a way where he has some kind of thing that makes him pretty much unbeatable, like pretty much unbeatable in one specific scenario where he's kind of like the king, make him good at something, because he's not really good. Like, he just feels like a worse barbarian at times, the bear form. So just make the bear form into something in its own class. Fighters have the counter attacking with the shield, or a longsword or whatever. That's kind of like their gimmick. The barbarian's just gonna run at you, and then give the bear form something of its own thing. Instead of just being like a half-ass barbarian, which is kind of like good in a way, but also has its own downsides. Just make it something special, so it has one territory where it just can't be dominated. Um, yeah, so that just another class can't beat it the same way. Yeah, it's a bit hard to explain, but I think some people will get what I mean with this. Just give it some purpose, give it some use where, a barbarian is like, oh, well, but the bear form actually has this, which I don't, so I need to watch out on that one, or like a fighter. The bear form can do this, which I can't do that well, so I need to watch out that he's not using that, for himself. Something like this. I know it's hard to implement, but I think this is kind of needed. I mean, we need to. It's kind of hard because on one side I know this will never be implemented properly, and it will probably just be some number changes again. But I just wanna, I just wanna make this class, just more fun to play, and because it's my main class, so obviously why not? Why would I not want to have more fun? While making it, more fun for anyone else. Because obviously it's kind of tiring playing Druid, because it's not only, in my opinion, the least fun class to play in solos, but constantly being, trash talked is also not like it. Obviously, the trash talking doesn't infuriate me or make me mad, but it's just kind of tiring, just not really interesting to get shit talked every game, and yeah. But yeah, that was basically it. My short little take on this thing. We'll see on Friday. I will make another video, obviously, on the patch. I don't know if I will do it right on the same day, whatever. But yeah, that's basically it. See ya.